Hello, my yarny friends. Happy spring, everybody. It is officially here, effective yesterday afternoon. I am so glad spring is here. It's one of my favorite seasons, spring and autumn. Not too hot, coming out of the cold. So I am finally caught up on reviewing all of my comments on my YouTube page, on my YouTube videos, and I appreciate everyone's positive comments and feedback, and I just love it. Hello to everyone in the United States, the UK, and Australia. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. Okay, y'all. I got on the Hobby Lobby bandwagon. I don't know if you've noticed, there's been a lot of videos out there from other yarnies that have been doing Hobby Lobby hauls and or like doing some investigation, like what's going on here. Now, I don't typically shop at Hobby Lobby. I have in the past. Um, Matter of fact, if you recall, and if you don't, that's quite all right. From my stash, when I did the video of the stash, and I had a lot of roll with it. I think roll with it, or it's a wrap. I'm sorry, it's a wrap. I think it is. Um, I got a lot of that. Actually, all of that I got from Hobby Lobby. But it's been a while since I've actually purchased yarn from there. There's nothing wrong with Hobby Lobby yarn. It's fine. I just have been getting yarn from other places and things like that. I have gotten hooks from them, needles from like knitting needles from them, bags and other things. So it's been a while since I've been there and needed to purchase anything. Saturday, I worked a half a day. So I was like, while I'm here, let me go find out if my Hobby Lobby is actually having their sale, because apparently it's not all happening at the same time for whatever the reason. So I went there for two reasons. One, I wanted to see if they had any of the hand-dyed yarn left and if it was on sale. And two, well, to find out if they were actually having the yarn sell. I did a short video. It wasn't supposed to be a short video. It was my first time filming out in public, and I was a little nervous. I didn't want people to think I was filming them, so I was trying to be cautious about, filming where I was filming and that sort of thing. Not that the store was crowded, because it wasn't. And so I had accidentally hit the stop button instead of the pause button to pick up where I left off. And I didn't know how to merge the videos together. So I was just like, you know what, that's okay. I'll just make it like a little short. And so the short is just really of the area where the hand-dyed yarns were. There were still some left you would see in the video, and I thought they were like, the yarns were just absolutely gorgeous, what was left there. But you could see that there was a lot of empty space. And wherever they have a black X, they were discontinuing it, that it's not coming back. But not only there, it was also other areas where there had been non Hobby Lobby brand yarn that was empty. So I heard from another, probably like two or three other YouTubers, that Hobby Lobby is discontinuing other companies' yarn in their store. So I don't know how true that is, but there wasn't. In my store, I don't recall seeing anybody else's yarn there. I didn't also look really hard either, just to be honest with you, but I saw a lot of their yarn be yarn. Okay, so this is what happened. From the yarn that I saw, that I was touching, it's like when you touch it, either you love it or you hate it, right? Not always. But I loved what I was like, oh, this is so pretty. I'm liking this. I might have to break my rule. I broke my rule. Oh, but let me back up a second. While I was there filming, a sales associate came. She had walked past me twice. So I had asked her when she came the second time if there was a sale, because I didn't see any signs saying, like, whatever percentage off the yarn or a big yarn sale. There was no signage. So I asked her, was there a sale happening? And she said, no, our sale actually starts on Monday. So this week. So I was like, okay. So I'm thinking there's not a lot of this hand-dyed yarn here. It will probably be gone by the time I get a chance to come back on Tuesday, which is today. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and buy what I want and get full, just pay the full price for it, which is kind of like, ugh. not the brightest, I would say like the brightest idea, but at the same time, it's like I really like that yarn and I want it. And if I have to bring it back, I will. So go check out. I'm sitting in line. This woman behind me saw me with all my yarn. And she's like, so what are you going to make with the yarn? It's so pretty. And I told her I'm a shawlaholic. I love to make shawls. So I know there's a couple of shawls going to be made with this yarn. And she had, some pretty pink yarn. And I asked her what she was making. And so before, so it came up in the conversation that our store yarn sale doesn't start until this week. So before I could even ask the sales associate, who's checking me out, by the way, she jumps in and says, hey, can she bring her yarn back and get the discounted price? And the young man said, yeah, she's just got to bring it back in her bag with her receipt and they will give her the discounted price. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm chuckling on the inside because before I could even ask, she just jumped right in. But I thought that was pretty cool. So it was all good. So that's exactly what I did today. So when I left the store on Saturday, I just tied the bag up with the receipt in it, left it in my car because I knew I wasn't going to work on it anyway. And if I had planned to start working on it, it was going to have to wait so I could go back and get the sale. I had to be back in Fredericksburg. That's where my store is anyway today. So I was like, that's what I'll do. There was yarn there that I liked. It wasn't the, if I could rate them, it didn't come in the top 3 or 4. So I didn't get it. And I was like, well, if they still have it, I'll get it. So I went back to the yarn section before I went to the register, got the yarn that I saw, plus 2 other ones that I didn't actually really think about purchasing, but I thought, you know what? I'll take these 2 home. They look a little lonely. So I got those. It was 6 skeins. I originally purchased 9 on Saturday. So I got up to the register, and because they're all the same type of yarn, the exact same type of yarn, they were all the exact same price. So it just made it much easier for the cashier, the sales associate, to do her thing, to get me the discounted rate. And so she asked me if I wanted the difference to go towards my purchase today. And I was like, absolutely. So on Saturday, for the 9 skeins of yarn, that's all I purchased, it was $154 for the 9 skeins of yarn. Okay. So I'll tell you how much I paid today when I walked out the store when I'm done. So we're going to start with the yarn that I got on Saturday. All right. So this is the yarn that caught my eye immediately. This mixture of greens and gray. Oh my word. That is just so pretty. This looks like purple on the camera, but actually it's mostly like gray and white, but there are speckles of like burgundy dots, and I'm thinking it's making it come out a little bit more as a purple with the lighting and stuff. But oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. This one is called Wabi Sabi. All of these are a 1 weight yarn, and they are all Yarn Bee, which is the Hobby Lobby brand yarn. And I have a little magnifying glass. Here we go. So, and they are 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 400 yards, 365 meters. Like I said, a weight of 1. And they recommend a 2.5 US knitting needle or 3 millimeter needle, or I don't know what that is. I guess it's a little smudged, but anyway, a 3 millimeter crochet hook. Oh, or a C2 crochet hook. That must be like those metal ones. So all of the yarn, like I said, is a weight of 1. Wabi Sabi. Then I got this gorgeous browns and turquoise and blue. There's 4 of these. Oops. Let me put this down so I can show you. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get this spun up into a cake so I can use it. This one is called, yeah, I'm using my magnifying glass. Perry Rain. This is Perry Rain. I got 4 skeins of the Perry Rain and 2 of the Wabi Sabi because that's all they had left. And then I got 3 of, this is called Stonework. So 3 of these. So it's like gray and more like a burgundy color and like this white with like some speckles in it. Oh my goodness. So, so pretty. So those of the ones that were hanging there, these were the top 3 that I purchased. And like I said, it was like 100 and, I'll tell you, ow, I just pulled my hair. Ah, don't ask. I'm sorry, 151.54. Okay. So my Wabi Sabi is not going to be a very big shawl, but that's okay. Alright. And then when I went back today, I got a few more. Alright. So first, this one's interesting to me because these 2 were next to each other. Okay. But don't they look a little different? Maybe it's me. Maybe they're really not. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to take both of these home because I feel like they would work together. Maybe they really are the same, but I thought they looked different. I digress. So this one, these both are called Indigo Desert. Both of them. Even though I thought this was more of a blue and this one's more earthy tones. And, you know, it's hand dyed, so obviously it's the way it dyed. That's the beauty of it, right? So these are 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 400 yards, 367 meters. This is Super Merino Wash Wool and Lyocell. I don't remember if I told you what the other yarn was made of. Whoops. Sorry about that. Stay up there. Just in case I didn't. The other one is 100% super wash merino wool. And so I went back and got 4 skeins of this blue and white yarn. That is just gorgeous. And it's got speckles like hunter green and like some mauve in there. I don't know if you can see that. I think it's coming out okay on the camera. Oh gosh, that is just so pretty. And this is called, Seraphim C. I had got 4 skeins of that. And that one's like, let's come undone, but that's okay. It's going to come undone eventually. So you have 4 skeins of that. That's going to be a nice big shawl, or I might do 2 smaller ones. Haven't decided yet. So that was it for the yarn. But in addition to the yarn, I opened one already. I haven't used it yet. These pretty hooks, crochet hooks. Look how pretty they are. Just a sucker for pretty colors, man. This is Yarnology, which is, I believe is Hobby Lobby's brand for their hooks and yeah, I think they have knitting needles. I'd imagine that they have knitting needles, but they definitely have crochet hooks. So unfortunately, I didn't see anything smaller than a 5. So I got a 5 and a 5.5 because I would say I probably use that the most, as well as like a 4 and a 4.5. But like I said, they didn't have anything smaller than 5. They have everything going up and all the way up to what looked like maybe a size 15. It's pretty big fat hook there. I don't need any more hooks. Like I don't need any more yarn. So I could have very easily just bugged out and bought the whole set, but I didn't. I only got these 2, and it's nice because they're grippy. They're a little bit, you know, they got a little bit of they're not too heavy, but they're a little bit weight to them, and it also has like a little bit more of a grip. So we'll see how that works up soon. It won't sit still for long. That's for sure. And the last thing I got was on sale, $1.99. So I have another collection, and I stopped purchasing mugs, coffee mugs. I had to think about coffee mugs, like unique shaped coffee mugs, some with some nice color, all that kind of stuff. If it comes in like a regular old dish set, I could care less about it. But if it's something different and unique or handmade, I like it. I usually do like it. But I have a lot of them. So I typically, lately, of the last few years, have not purchased coffee mugs. I have purchased a couple of travel mugs because I like my coffee to stay hot for a long time. But even that I've like slowed down on because I have a small collection of those too. But anyway, y'all, it's just not, we all deserve a yarn queen something. I saw the mug with the crown. Another YouTuber, Christina, she had, it's like a wooden like block statue, like a little statue thing, and it says Yarn Queen. It's actually shaped out into a crown. But you know what? If you have a Hobby Lobby somewhere near you, or you go there, see what kind of Yarn Queen thing they got. You deserve it. You deserve it. And I will tell you this, my heart almost broke today, right? When I was checking out, because the woman that had checked me out, and she, she did all my exchange and all that kind of good stuff, and she was like, wow, your yarn's like really pretty. I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, I have a friend who has a yarn room, like a room full of yarn, probably like mine. She said, except she doesn't do anything with it. She just buys it and looks at it. And I'm like, on the inside, I'm like, oh, like, that's blasphemy. Like, all these makers out here, we get yarn because we like to make stuff with it. But I suppose there are people who get yarn and, well, they just like to look at it. Okay, I guess. But it's all good. So anyway, so yeah, I got my Yarn Queen thing. And probably what will go in there is some hooks. I'm sure. Or needles or something like that. Okay, so after everything was said and done at the register, the only thing I had to pay for today, the only amount I should say I had to pay today, was $34.23. Yep, I liked it. I liked it. So the let's see. It looks like so I got, yeah, 30% off the yarn. Yeah. So that's a good deal. I felt like when I walked out the store, I was just like, wow, I feel like I made out like a bandit. You know what I mean? I'm sure it would have been more than that if I didn't have the exchange. But that's okay because I have plenty more yarn now. And it's really pretty. And yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Something fun, I'm sure. All right. So I also want to let you know that there were several people that had asked me in the comments if I would do a tutorial on the 10 stitch blanket. And yes, I will. So look for that very, very soon. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to actually have it posted for you on next Tuesday. I'm actually going to do the video ahead of time. My husband and our anniversary is Monday, and we're taking a short little overnight trip. So I'm going to actually try to get it videoed between tomorrow and Thursday, and then I have to work for 3 days again, but that's okay. And I don't want to really be like trying to film while we're like, camping, and that's where we're going. We're actually taking a little short camping trip. So we're looking forward to that in the state park. And but I wanted to like try to get that up. So yeah, I'm excited because I did teach my daughter how to do the blanket, but this will be my actual first tutorial on YouTube. So I hope it goes well. But I will look forward to your comments and your gentle critiques. I'm looking forward to it, so I'm excited. But that's all I have for you guys today. It's been fun. I don't regret breaking my rule, but I will certainly try not to purchase any more yarn for the rest of the year. All right, y'all. Be well, be happy. Enjoy the happy spring sunshiny weather, if you so incline. And peace out. See you next week. And I look forward to your comments. Thanks.